welcome. So for this month's collaboration, my contribution is I'm going to show you how to make use of leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. So my ingredients are very simple and this will come together very quickly. So let me show you what I have here. The star of the show is just turkey meat that's shredded up. Now you can use chicken for this. You can also use like a flaky kind of fish. So if you have leftover fish, you can just shred it up and use it in the same application. What I have here is about 5 to 6 cups. So just shred it up. And I have 3 mini bell peppers, or you can use one relatively small regular bell pepper, 1 clove of garlic. I'm not going too heavily on my seasoning because there's already seasoning in the turkey. I have here about 1/2 of a medium onion. I'm going to put a little squeeze of lime in there. I have a couple sprigs of thyme. We already talked about the garlic. And what I'm going to do off camera is get all of these into my food processor and get them blended up. We're also going to use this pastry. I got it in the frozen section. I'm sure there are other options that you can use at your local grocery store. Black pepper. I'm going to use this powdered achiote just for color. It's not necessary. That's optional. It's my all-purpose seasoning. And I'm going to use a little bit of oil just to saute my aromatics. I will be back to show you the next step. Alright guys, so I have everything blended up here, and in my pan I also have 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. I'm putting it on my little stove here, and I'm going to just saute it until there's pretty much no more liquid left. And to that I'm going to add my all-purpose seasoning, just about 1/2 teaspoon, not a whole lot. Also about 1/2 teaspoon of my black pepper. And my optional ingredient, like I showed you before, my powdered achiote, just to give my turkey a little color. I'd say about 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to saute and we'll come on back and show you what we do next. Very simple. Alright guys, so we have this all sauteed, and very simply you want to add that to your turkey and get it well incorporated. Now you want to make sure that that's cooled sufficiently before we add it to our pastry. Alright, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, so now we're going to take our pastry, and you could take a knife. Where's my knife? Or you can use a pizza cutter and just cut it down like this. Mine is folded like an envelope. Okay, and I'm going to make these pretty big, so when someone eats one of them, they're going to be pretty full. And what I have here is some milk. And I'm just going to put some right on the edges of my dough. And take some of my filling, as much or as little as you want. Pile it in there. Now once you mix your filling like I showed you earlier, what you want to do is taste it to see if you need more sugar or more salt. Not sugar, more salt or more seasoning, more pepper or whatever. And look at that. See how simple that is? And I'm just going to put that on my cookie sheet here and continue to do the rest. Let me show you one more. Now guys, remember that this is a collaboration. Please go on down in my description box and there'll be a list of participating channels, as well as the links to the channels and the dish that everyone will be making. And I'd really appreciate it if you would go down there and check them out. Alright, so we go in again with our filling. And at the end, you can either use an egg wash, but I'll just use some more, milk just to paste over the top of my pastry. So I'll go on here and continue doing these, and I'll preheat my oven to 400 degrees, and then we'll come on back, okay? Alright, so we have them all prepped here, and I went ahead and basted them all with our milk. Like I said, you can use an egg wash if you want to. And my oven is preheating at 400 degrees, and these should be done in about 20 to 25 minutes. All right, guys, so these just came out of the oven. They smell fantastic. They were in there for 23 minutes. So thank you so much for coming back into my kitchen. Please remember to go on down in my description box and check out what my friends are doing. But this is a great way to use up your leftover turkey. I will see you next time when I promise to make another delicious recipe. Bye.